Hi, I'm so excited to introduce you to From Drizzle to Sizzle, or potentially another variation of name, because this is actually my first YouTube vlog. And I'm not sure about the name yet. We might end up changing it, but just a little introduction and background for those of you who might find this helpful. We are a British family currently living in Essex, and we're looking at relocating our family, 2 kids, 2 adults, 2 dogs, to the Costa Blanca in Spain. We have some background that does make that easier for us. So if you're at the start of this journey and it feels really overwhelming, I think it's useful to bear in mind that we do have some advantages. The first one is a biggie. My parents actually live in Spain already, and they have relocated to the area that we're looking to move to. So they've kind of paved the way for us. We've got that information there. They've been really helpful on our journey and with paperwork and knowledge, so that's been helpful. Hopefully I can help you guys and impart some of the same knowledge. They've also got dogs, so they've done that too, because that's a whole separate journey as well now that we're not in the EU anymore. And the other big advantage is that I technically I can count as an Irish foreign birth. So I have Irish family, and although I was not born in Ireland, I am able to apply through the Irish Foreign Births Register for Irish citizenship, which means that once I can secure that, I should be able to get an Irish or EU passport. So that will change things for me. Things will be different for you if you're not in that situation. There are visa options available, and I'm hoping to do some vlogs further down the line when I know a bit more about those other options, to explain what your options could be. For me, that's where I'm at, and my family, although my husband and children do not qualify, they can get their residency through me because we are married. This will not apply to you if you have one of you and you're in a couple that can get an EU passport or has any other kind of EU nationality citizenship. It's not going to apply unless you're married, so that's another important point to bear in mind. So aside from obviously thinking about our move and what that's going to entail, what that's going to look like for us, because that's huge, that's a topic in itself. One of the first steps we have taken towards getting this process underway. So we're here in January 2025. This concept, this idea of moving our family to Spain really started in kind of August, September 2024. And we are hoping to be in Spain, settled, and getting our kids into school in Spain by September 2025. A little bit more to come on schooling, and because again, that's a separate topic. So that's the kind of time frame we're looking at. So from January to September, we're looking at like a 9-month stretch from really taking our first step, which was today, to being settled in Spain. So today, the first step that we took was we headed down to the Spanish Consulate at Draycott Place in London. It's at Sloane Square, and we got our NIE numbers. So the Spanish Consulate, we were really pleasantly surprised at how straightforward that process was. And if you hop over to Instagram, my handle is in the description. I did a little reel about come with us to London today for our NIE numbers, but we really were expecting it to be a little bit more complicated. We were on top of our paperwork. We had everything ready in advance, so that did help, but they couldn't have been more helpful, to be honest. And so cost-wise, so we paid £16.30, so it's £8.15 each for our NIEs, and we will receive them by email within 3 to 4 weeks, so we're told. So the forms that you need to fill out. So I have in my possession, and I'm more than happy to share these for anybody who might find them useful. The 2 forms that you need to fill out to take to the consulate with you. I also have these really useful templates. So you can see here the form has been pre-filled, not with our information. This just tells you where to put your information because the forms are in Spanish. You are also expected to complete the forms in Spanish. Everybody has access to Google Translate now, so you should find that fairly simple. So there is a place on the EX15 where it asks you what is your reason for your planned move to Spain, or actually what is your reason for wanting an NIE number. So we wanted to say that we intend to move to Spain to live. And so we needed to write that in Spanish. Simple process. If your Spanish is not amazing, and mine isn't at this stage, although we are working very hard on learning the language, also another topic that we will dig into more later. But if your Spanish isn't perfect, you can use Google Translate. Forms that you need to fill out are these. There is the 790 form, which is a police document. This is done by the Spanish police for reasons unknown to me, and an EX15 form. Both of these I have templates that are pre-filled, so you can see exactly where you need to put your information. So what happens? You get into London, you turn up at the consulate. There is a security guard that greets you at the door. It's a bit like airport security. You have to pop any bits, loose items, anything metal in a box. They take you through a scanner, you walk through a body scanner, and then you go to reception. The guys at reception, very helpful. They tell you exactly, they ask you why you're there, they take details of your appointment. You will have to have an appointment. That should have gone without saying, but you will have to have an appointment. You cannot just turn up at the Spanish consulate unexpected. So they'll take details of your appointment, they'll point you in the right direction of where to wait, and they just come out and fetch you for the NIE section, where reception will tell you where to go. They will ask you about your forms. There was actually a box on the forms that we had missed, which was our marital status, and they just filled that out for us there and then. It wasn't a problem. We'd also had an issue where we missed our initial appointment and had to rebook because my husband had flu. So the date was not correct on our forms. Again, they did not make an issue of that. They just stamped it and changed it for us, no bother. And then once they've checked your forms, they will check your passports as well. You must take your original copy passport and also a photocopy of your passport, as well as the forms, the completed forms. Once they've checked through all that and made sure it's all there, they will call you through to take the payment, and you can just do that by card. And as I said, it's £8.15 per person per application. So there's 2 forms per person and an £8.50 charge per person. So overall, you will be taking with you both of the people, or all of the people that need to apply will need to attend in person. And you will be taking completed EX15 and 790 forms for all of the applicants, your original passports, and a photocopy of your full passport page. I'm not going to put mine on the internet, but your open passport page with your photo and all of the passport information, a photocopy of that as well, because they keep that there. They check your original, take the photocopy, and they keep it with your application. So yeah, they couldn't really have been more helpful. They speak perfect English, and they were willing to guide us through everything. As I say, I'm happy to help in terms of filling out these forms, but there are some people on the internet, I'm not going to name any names, but there are people out there charging. I have seen, the most expensive I have seen is €500 to get you an NIE number. Now, if you live a really long way from London and it's going to be a very expensive trip, or perhaps an overnight trip for you to go and get an NIE yourself, then it might be worth you paying £100 to £150 for one of these services online where they will make that application for you. But the €500, wow, I was really shocked by some of the high charges. And I wouldn't have known how straightforward it was to go and do the NIE in person yourself at the consulate if my parents hadn't have done it. And that is my dad's good old Scottish money saving genes there, because he was like, there must be a cheaper way to do this, and there is. So for £16, I say £16, it was not £16 because I also had to pay for my rail travel, which was £33 to get from Essex to London. That's 40 minutes on a C2C rail, and all of the zones in the underground, to be fair, is zone 1, Sloane Square. So, but £33 today for my travel. So wow, that was, and then if you want to buy a coffee in London, you're looking at a £5 for that. So yeah, overall, much more simple than I was expecting. Check out the Instagram page for a quick come with us. But yeah, you can do it. You 100% can do it. And this for us is step 1. This is the first action we have taken towards really making this not a goal, but a concrete plan, and really pushing forward towards that. So yeah, please follow along. I would love to take you on this journey with us. I hope that it works out. I hope we end up in Spain. Who knows? At the moment, if you're watching this, I don't know if there is any more videos yet, but I don't know if we'll end up in Spain, but I hope that we do. And if we do, I'm going to take you with us. We will definitely be in Spain next month anyway, on holiday. Unfortunately not living. So we'll take you there too. So thank you so much for watching. And I hope this has been helpful. For one or two of you, and if I can be of any more help, just drop me a comment and I will try to reply. And if you want to send me an email address, I will also be happy to share these template forms that we spoke about. So bye bye for now, take care and see you in Spain.